3, 2, 1. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today, we're back with episode number 22. Today is April 24th, which is my sister's birthday, by the way, so we'll give her a shout out right now.
Shout out, Darda.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's a beautiful Friday afternoon in El Paso. It is 7:20 in the PM. Today, guys, obviously, as you might have heard already, I am joined by Misa. Say what's up, Misa.
Yo, what it do?
Also, Lena, the producer, is here.
Yeah, yep.
Yeet! All right, guys. So, we're back together, us three, on the podcast for the first time in the last two episodes. The last two episodes, episode 20, features my boy G&D. Episode number 21 was our homie Lavish and Vane. What were you guys' thoughts on those last podcasts real fast?
I was actually a little scared after, dude. I didn't know who I had interviewed. Bunch of rappers and shit. I had to watch my back. But no, it's good. I got some random ass people telling me that they thought it was pretty funny, your response when I asked you if you spit on your hot dog before you bite it. That's some good shit there, Chris.
Yeah,
I tried it the other day and my wife didn't like it.
Dude, it's because
For the love of
on the real, like, I came up with that like at a drop of a dime.
That was pretty
one of his
impressive.
best ideas,
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I guess.
I would definitely say that's probably one of my better attributes in life. I can kind of just wing things sometimes. Lena, what are your thoughts
I
on
would
these
beg to
podcasts
differ, but
in the past?
we'll agree to disagree. Honestly, I love talking to artists. I definitely genuinely admire anybody who can put how they feel and express it to the world. I think that's a type of vulnerability that I don't fucking possess. Like, I'm not gonna tell my story, so I admire anybody who's willing to create anything from pain, from happiness, just in general, create and then puts it out to the world. That's, like I said, pretty vulnerable place. So it was great talking to both of them. Local artists, shout out.
Hey, Lena, if you were to ever make any music, what kind of music would it be? Would you be a rapper? Country star?
I don't know. That's actually a pretty good question because I fuck with country. Like, my earliest memories of music is country, so that's like embedded in.
My ex is live in Texas.
I mean,
that's the
it is what
fucking
it is. But you know what? I mean, we've talked about this. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll see. Take a poll. Tell me what I should make music about, guys.
Hey, I say we totally make like a little album, just us three. And then we'll mention all our guests.
You're asking too much of me.
All our guests can be our features on the album, and then
Yeah, that's right.
Can you imagine? Yeah, a little excerpt of them.
yeah, but none of them. Only a few of them can rap out of the people we've had. But I guess everybody's gonna have to step it up. So, yeah, dude, I really enjoyed those podcasts. Shout out to G&D. Shout out to Lavish. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your time.
Check
with
out
us.
those episodes. Those episodes are available for free to stream on Spotify. They're also on the Anchor app. Check out those episodes plus any of our past episodes. We had our boy Joe Memes on here a while back. We had our boy Chris Molina on here. I had my boy Aaron on here.
Tanya out there too.
Tanya was out there.
Tanya.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out Tanya. She just had her baby. Love her, miss her.
Congratulations on that one.
Hey, I wonder if she named her baby Misa. Wait, it's gonna be a girl, huh?
Yeah, she had a little girl.
Misa still sounds good for a girl.
She
has a better name.
She named the baby podcast after us.
She named him Bacon and Eggs. No,
I was like,
not
nice.
at all.
I was like, nice. So, let's celebrate the podcast, guys. I want to crack this traditional beer for y'all. Yes, sir. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the podcast. Shout out to you guys. You can find us on Facebook. Like us, share us, show your friends, show your family. It's been a little while since we've done a podcast together, so we're gonna do what's called a kicking things off segment. We're going to kind of go around the table and kind of give a little summary of what's new in our life since the last time we actually did a podcast together. Misa, go ahead and what's been new with you, bro?
Dude, what do you think? Nothing. We are on lockdown. Look, man. At first, it's cool, you know. I enjoy the streets being somewhat empty. I enjoy being at home all day with my kids and my wife. But now it's like I think about it and I was like, dude, I can't even take my wife out on a date. I can't take my kids out to my grandma's or to my mom's and drop them off so I could go on a date. I can't even take them to a park. But screw that. The other day, actually yesterday or the day before, I told my wife, I'm going to take my kids to the parking lot. And so I did. And they had fun. I had fun. But that's as far as anything, dude. It's just work, come home, drink beer.
Lena, what's been going on with you?
The same shit. School. Oh, wait, no. There's been some other stuff. School.
Hey, when do you manage to sleep with all that school you do?
You know what, dude? I'm yeah.
Inside joke, guys. Inside joke.
I mean, I guess that's one of the things that it's like during this quarantine, like whatever way you can change up your routine, maybe that's a good idea because right now I see no end to my tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a light, but it's like it's flickering. So I'm kind of questioning if it's even a light, if it's just like a figment of my imagination, or if it's just I mean.
Yeah, you're going crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I
think we all are.
Lena's having.
Hey, you know what I'm scared of though, dude?
worst of
Like
it over here.
once they start letting people out, is the driving. A lot of people suck at driving around here now. Imagine not driving for a couple of months,
Oh
Dude.
yeah.
and then they're like, "Hey, go ahead and you can come out now."
Okay, so I have a question for everybody. So, why are people still out there getting speeding tickets when there's nobody on the road? Like, why? It's almost like
Chris
since there's
has an
nobody,
inside source.
since there's nobody on the road, people are just like excessively speeding now. It's like, what's wrong with you people? Like, there's no traffic. If anything, now's the time to.
Well, that's
you
the
know.
reason why. I mean, I do that. I mean, hey, there's not
Yeah,
a car in front of me. I
okay,
speed up a little bit. Hey,
but
there's
wait
not
a-
a car in front of me again. I'll go again.
Yeah, but
And faster
Misa,
and faster.
here's the bigger picture, okay?
You're gonna get a
give me
ticket.
moment. No, just give me a moment of your time. Like when there's resources
cop,
and
no cop.
time, resources and time are being used for you because you're speeding when it's just like a minor thing, a mediocre thing, something that you could easily can control and not do. Whereas these people could be used elsewhere in like, actually doing more important stuff, unlike stopping a mediocre speeder like you.
Don't be speeding.
But that's their job, though.
To enforce more important shit, not just because
Like
you're
what?
running
Like
late
what?
in your mismanagement of time. Like, come on.
Okay, so anyway,
Lena, you should become a cop instead. I'll sign you up.
No, I'm
No,
not.
I don't think Lena-
absolutely,
she wouldn't be a good
no,
cop.
Absolutely not.
uh,
I wouldn't.
so something new this was new with us is dealing with all this having to figure out how to continue life and daily operations, doing so remotely, like this podcast where me and Misa and Lena just struggled to find audio and video from two different programs for about an hour.
But you know what? That's first world problems because
And then
in
hold
reality,
on. We're gonna get to first world problems
Oh,
in
I
a little
know.
bit because there's some that need to be discussed. Going back to what I was saying, we spent an hour with Zoom. We spent an hour on Microsoft Teams, not an hour each, but just like combined effort and time. And then we ended up back with our old girlfriend from high school that we just can't get over, and she's old and reliable, and the sex is great, and you keep
And
going
it's
back.
just the same shit every time.
Yep.
It's just
And it's-
consistency is there on point.
It's probably the most toxic thing there is out there, but we're back on Facebook Messenger, baby.
there
Yes, sir.
you are.
That's
Here
right.
we are.
Holla!
And it's true. It's like you try so freaking hard to just move on to other things, to like open your mind, to like be adventurous, only to like fall back into the same basic bitch. Like,
So at least we got through that. something else that's new, Misa, your Theo's here. He says hello.
No sea mamón!
Oh shit! Hey, you haven't heard him cough or anything, right?
No, actually, yeah, dude, he was coughing the other day, so we took him to go get tested. He tested positive for not having any sort of ambition in life or any goals.
Good, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's out
It
of the
runs in the
question.
family.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, dude. So let's talk about not coronavirus, but let's kind of talk about like how we're all passing time in quarantine. I mean, all of us are kind of going through this. Especially,
well, really, what is it? What is there to do? What do you guys do?
Well, I want to know what you do because you have kids.
Yeah, your lifestyle.
So-
is
you don't want to know, doggy.
gang. Yeah.
So your schedule's a little bit different than ours. I mean, ours is a little bit more relaxed, I would say.
For sure.
I started an underground fighting club with
Okay.
kids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, you probably shouldn't speak about this here on a national, worldwide.
No,
international
okay. Let me
podcast.
rephrase that. It's more like of a debate.
It's really
Okay.
not Fight
Kinda
Club.
thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of those like
Yeah.
scholastic like competitions where they can go and be competitive intellectually and speak their mind and develop their,
Oh, no.
develop their thoughts. Okay, I see. I see
Exactly.
what
But the
you're saying.
catch is the winner gets to have dinner,
Okay,
and then yeah.
that's good.
So I get to save food like that too.
That's some ruthless shit.
Hey, I was talking to Chris, Lena.
I'm just saying.
So
But nah, man, there's just different ways that I mean, for like a couple of days I'll be really into drawing or reading or puzzles, that kind of thing, and then from one day to the next they're like completely bored, yelling at me saying they've been doing it for years. My son's only 4 and he's like, I've been doing it for 10 years.
You know
Like,
what's,
you don't even know how to count, and he's like 1, 2, 14, 16, 12.
well, I mean, he's getting there. I don't really understand the problem. I mean, I think the cool thing about kids is like they do challenge you to like think outside the box because they're always thinking outside the box. You know what I mean? Like in terms of attention, it's like, okay, this was cool. Like, what else can we learn about type thing? Like, I guess we don't really think about it that way because like chilling with my godsons and my brothers and sisters and shit, like you just learn to kind of like appreciate like the moment. Like they want to do this, okay, cool, now they want to do this. Like their imagination is like ongoing, it like never sleeps.
Yeah, my son's like, hey, dad,
Pappy, Pop,
dad.
Dad.
And I'll turn around, I'm like, what? And then he's like, look. And then I look at him, and then he jumps like 2 inches off the floor, and then that's it.
Dude,
it.
that's
That's my
when
day
you
right
hold the
there.
Olympics and you say, you know what, next time you better jump higher, and then he's gonna jump higher, and then he's gonna wear himself out trying to jump. You know what I mean? You're
I
the
just
adult.
told him the truth, man. I told him he had no future in the NBA.
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Tell him. I mean, his hops are not his hops rating are going to be really
but
bad.
at the same
this
time,
point,
he's still
so-
young. Like he could work on his hops. Like you got to look at the big picture too. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
No.
no.
No,
Yeah,
Lena.
I'm with Misa on this one. Okay,
Yeah.
Lena. So how are you passing your time in quarantine?
Well, I get up and I and I study, and then I read, and then I study because I obviously have to study what I just read because I read. Then I have to read some more because I still need to study more. You know what I mean? So then I study again.
Did you study for this podcast?
You know what? I'm thinking about it. Honestly, I mean, the semester's almost done. I'm taking a lot of hard classes and I don't do well online, so it's definitely a challenge, but it is.
I was
what
gonna
it
say,
is.
is it a lot? Do you like this whole online thing? Is there anything you like about it?
You know, well, real talk, like real shit. Not really. Like
Is there one thing that you like about it?
No, I
no,
mean-
not at all.
you're right.
for fools.
Yeah, you're right. Negative Nancy here for sure. Like
Nope.
I'm taking a histology class, which is basically the study of cells and their relation to function. So like our liver, our skin, like we're only made of 4 different types of tissue, our entire body. So basically that's what that whole class is studying that. And
Can
then
you
I
tell
have
me those 4?
huh?
Can you tell me those 4?
You know what? I've studied a lot. I need a fucking break.
Yeah, we're not on here to have a histology. workshop.
I've already
I'm
took
just
my
trying to test or
quizzes.
see if all this has worked.
And then I'm taking a toxicology class. That class is cool, but it encompasses a lot because it's like everything that fucks with the living organism in a negative way. Anything that could fuck with something, like hurt you potentially. And that's a fuckload of shit because that's like environment. That's like fucking animal shit. Like if it's not good, like if it's in certain places, it can be fertilizer, but it can also poison you depending on what they're eating. Like it's a whole fucking cycle of shit, and there's just so much shit to learn. And then on top of it, I'm taking pre-calculus, which I fucking suck at math. So shout out anybody who wants to, I don't know, help me. I'm here and willing. And then a neuroscience class. So it's like I fucked up. You know, I took a lot of fucking sciences and math, and I don't do well online. Like I'm blessed where I have access to online because that's real talk. I'm also blessed where I can listen to lectures over, so that does help. But I've always been recording lectures. Like even when I go to class, I record the lecture and I listen to it later because I'm very auditory when it comes to learning. You know what I mean? So like online has really only like dismantled my ability to contact tutors and like in person, like hit up my teachers, and my teachers like understand the type of student that I am, and that it's harder to do that online. You know what I mean? Like it's just a different type of dynamic. So it's really just adapting, which is taking me longer than it should have, but it is what it is.
Right. So I've been passing my time in a way different manner than that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Chris, is your time. that
Yeah,
you're
can you
spending?
feel? Yeah.
So what I like to do, guys, get like, I know like it's not the best thing for people, but play some video games. That shit will kill a lot of your time. Number 1. Number 2, find some cool podcasts. Obviously this one, of course. Check us out on Spotify, Anchor app. Hit us up on Facebook.
It's all free, guys. Too.
It's all free.
Unless you guys want to pay, let us know.
Yeah, if you want to do that, get into contact with us. We'll work something else. But anyway, like podcast, music. There's plenty of good music out there. Get a subscription to Apple Music or to Amazon Prime or whatever. Check out some music. If people are into reading, pick up a book, get into that. Check out a new TV show, a new movie. There's plenty of things to do, guys. Mow your lawn, wash your dishes, organize your closet, color.
Hey, Chris. All right. Now that you said that, when was the last time you washed dishes?
I actually washed dishes 2 days ago.
So
that was good.
I'm gonna call shit that didn't happen for 500.
No, I swear.
No, that's why I'm laughing.
I swear, I did. Not even kidding. But yeah, so there's different ways to pass quarantine, guys. I know it sucks.
Yeah, like legit.
but
Definitely.
we can figure it out.
Well, and like Chris was saying, sometimes if you get sucked into a hole, which I definitely do often, like the reality is if you can change up your routine, like that can help. So that's my challenge to myself this next couple weeks.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you know what? It's been my challenge since like the beginning, but I procrastinate too much.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you know what? I need to start working out at this time. Start doing this at this time. And then that time comes and goes, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do it tomorrow.
Misa, let me ask you something. Are you one of those people that's like, hey, on Monday, and then the next Monday comes, and then it's like, Monday?
I was, but then I went from that to like, no, you know what?
It's just not going to happen.
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's
And
always
then
tomorrow.
tomorrow came, and I'm like, fuck, next hour.
Yeah.
And then I just don't say shit to myself.
True.
My wife catches me yelling at myself sometimes in the mirror. She's like, what's going on? It's like, we're trying to debate if we work out now or next week.
So,
and votes are in next week.
do you guys have any movies or TV shows you guys can recommend to people who are trying to pass some time? I have one if you have like kids or like even kind of like preteens. Boy Meets World. Check it out on Disney Plus. It's a good watch, bro. That's what I was on when I was little. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. That old show. I never watched.
Yeah,
it.
Boy Meets World. Have your kids watch it; they'll like it.
We've watched a couple. It's been cool.
There's also
I actually recently watched that. It's called 11/22/63. It's with James Franco. It's a series, and it's pretty much him going back to the 60s to try and stop the assassination of JFK. It's pretty interesting, man. Me and my wife killed that whole show in a day.
God
Damn,
bless.
that's what's up.
It's pretty dope.
You guys got
should
your
check it
binge
out.
watching on, huh?
Nah, I mean, I was taking care of my kids though too. At the same time, multitask.
See, we don't really watch anything because Chris doesn't really watch shit unless it's like history, and I don't watch anything when I'm in school. So, shout out anybody who can put recommendations down.
A few good war movies you could check out: Black Hawk Down, Saving Private Ryan,
For sure.
Pearl Harbor.
We Were Soldiers.
We Were Soldiers for sure.
Braveheart.
Patriot.
The Patriot, dude. Okay, hold on. Let's talk about the Patriot movie really fast.
I love that movie. What's
Just
wrong
real-
with that movie?
No, dude. I love that movie. I love that movie more than you love that movie.
I don't know, dude. I don't know about that.
I think I know about that, bro. I
All right,
watched
tell
that
me why.
movie
Tell
like
me why.
100 times, probably more. Okay, so the whole concept of the movie is crazy. If you guys haven't seen The Patriot, spoiler alert, I'm about to ruin it all for you, but figure it out.
Damn.
It's about the Revolutionary War. Revolutionary War back in the day. So obviously you know who won that. But anyway, this is deeper than that. So Mel Gibson, shout out Mel Gibson. Right?
Shout out Mel
Shout out. Hey, he
Gibson.
called me the other day. He asked if we were open to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, I told him nah, dude, because that whole fuck, I got him mixed up with Tom Cruise. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
you're
Scientology.
definitely-
Never mind. I told him no because our schedule is tight and we'll find another day for him. But anyway, Mel Gibson plays a dad. Back
Benjamin, is that his name? Benjamin on the movie?
No, Benjamin.
Or is that his son's
That's
name?
one of his sons. I forget what his name is. But anyway, I've watched the movie 100 times, still can't remember his name. In the movie, he's a dad, and this is set during the Revolutionary War, and they own like a house and a plantation, and it's just him, and he has kids, and it's pretty much the struggle of living in the United States during this war. And
He used to be also like a general for that.
yeah, he had previously fought in another war. I think it was like
The American and Indian War or something like
yeah,
that.
another war that had happened. So he has previous like experience fighting, and then at this point in time, he has kids that are older that are like they're determined to fight for America, and then it gets crazy. Pretty much they killed in the movie, they kill two of his kids, and it's crazy because he goes from not wanting to be in war to being like a complete like assassin, and he assembles a militia of volunteers, and they wreak havoc on the British, and the British don't know what's going on, and it's a great movie. I can't
Yeah, dude.
explain
Battle
the
scenes
whole
are
thing
awesome
to you.
too, man.
Yeah, dude, the battle scenes are cool. You see them when they shoot the cannons, and then the cannonballs are rolling through the people,
rip
taking
some
out
dude's
their
leg
legs.
off.
Yeah, bro.
I love that shit.
And then that part, the part after they kill his son, and then he chases down the little colony, and he fucking hacks at that dude in the back with the axe. Like,
you know what, man? Movies like that, they just always make me kind of put myself in their shoes during that time. Especially how he used his kids to help him out during that time when he was trying to free his son.
yeah, dude, he teaches
Like
his
that's
kids
fucking
how to
ruthless.
shoot.
His sons
and
are
shit.
what, like a 10 and an 8-year-old or something like that.
Yeah, dude, and they were out there capping redcoats, bro. It was like,
Damn.
dude, 10-year-olds,
Blood.
10-year-olds
Fuck the
now
blood.
just cap
Pop up
people
in
on
cribs.
Fortnite. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, that shit was cool. What's one of like? I love that movie, dude. I could talk about that movie forever. I can do a whole
When it comes
podcast
to
on
war
this
movies,
movie.
man, I can never go wrong. I mean, growing up, I always wanted to be in the military. My dad was a Marine,
Dude,
so he would always buy me all these GI Joes and all this shit. But when Saving Private Ryan came out, bro, I watched that shit for like a year straight, every day, every day.
dude, so did I. Dude, honestly, I think back now, I'm like, because I kind of wanted to be in the military and shit, and like, now I'm like, why the fuck did I ever think that? Like, I'm not about to go.
You know what, man?
Go shoot and kill people. Like, I'm not
That's
that
how it was
person.
for me until high school. and then I went and I signed up and everything, man. I signed up with two other friends.
That's wild.
And what happened, I mean, we would go to obstacle courses and shit like that, and maybe like a month or so before boot camp, they take us into a recruiter calls us in, and we go, and he had us all three there, and he's asking us and telling us what's gonna happen. You guys gonna do training here, and then you're gonna go over there, and then you guys gonna be shipped off to Hawaii for training, and then you guys are gonna go to Afghanistan. So he was already pretty much telling us what was gonna happen for the next couple of years, and he came to a part where he was talking about, you know, if it comes to a time where, you know, we do die, you know, where do you want your body to go to? But the thing is, the way he said it, he's like, all right, guys, so when you die, where do you want your bodies to be sent to? And then, I don't want to say names, but one of the guys that was there with us, he's like, when we die? Don't you mean if we die? And our recruiter's like, whoa, man, calm down. He's like, no. I didn't sign up for this shit. No. And then he walked out. Never saw him again. And, well, me and my buddy still, you know, I told that guy, just wherever my mom is, you know, whatever. Let her deal with my nasty ass.
Let her deal with my corpse.
But nah, man, I went through a medical checkup, and in high school during football, I hurt my back. I fractured a disc, and so they found that out, and they disqualified me for all military branches.
Hey,
so my buddy that was left, he still ended up joining. He was stationed in Hawaii. Shout out to my buddy Junior. He went to Afghanistan a couple of times, I believe.
Wow.
But yeah, man, life would have been so much different.
Yeah, dude. Thank God for that disc in your back, bro.
Yeah, thank God. Now, shit, my back's gonna hurt for life. But hey, I'm still alive though, right?
Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you guys are looking for shit to watch, check out some war movies. Check out stand-up comedy is also a good thing to check out.
Yeah, I've been in heaven lately. Like, I don't get to watch a lot of shit, but sometimes when I'm eating and I want to break something up, I like to laugh. Like, legit. Don't get me wrong, laughing can heal a lot of shit. So there's been a couple of comedians that I'm following. There's this one, she's a girl, her name is Wolfie Memes, love her. And this other guy named Niles from Mississippi, he has a special coming out in May 1st, I believe. So definitely check out anything that soothes your soul, music, comedy, videos, you know, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus. Like, there's always something out there to kind of keep you entertained if you want to break free of reality for a little bit, you know, and connect on something else.
Yeah, also Wiz Khalifa just came out with a new album, so check that out. There's plenty of new music. Sam Hunt has a real good album out if you're a country fan. There's definitely things to do. There's definitely things to occupy your time.
There's going to be an Iration album too.
Yeah, Iration's dropping an album soon. They're a cool reggae band. Go check them out. So, I mean, you know, if I feel like you can entertain yourself at this point.
That, or, you know, a lot of people need to also go back and listen to them classics. Go back to listen to Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, there you go. Who else? Who else, Misa?
Robert Johnson, you know.
Okay.
Buddy Waters,
Ooh.
you know. Elvis, shit. Christmas
Without you.
Hey, you know what, man? They work, dude. I like it now that I play a lot of classic music, and I love seeing my kids know it. You know, I'll be playing some Frank Sinatra, and you'll see my kids singing along, and that's when I start feeling proud. I go around and I ask kids, random ass kids, you know who Frank Sinatra is? And they're like, who? And then I slap them.
Yeah.
Get out of my face. Next.
Yeah. So when your fucking kid is in high school, right, and he's walking the halls with his headphones on, bumping some Frank Sinatra. And some guy comes up to him and is like, let me see what you're listening to, bro. He's like, yo, I got some Frank. They're like, Frank Ocean? They're like, nah, Frank Sinatra. And then they're like, what a loser.
And then he's going to walk away and be like, fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you for joining us.
It's crazy how music can be so impactful, though, because, like, if you think about it, like, it's Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
It's just cool. Like, anybody can connect to music, you know what I mean? Like, Silas, our godson, that dude sings Metallica songs word for word. And that shit trips me out. Like our nephew Zach, he'll sing fucking songs word for word. Like I think music
I don't
just
know.
resonates.
I'll say something real quick, man. Metallica is overrated.
I know.
I agree.
I'm gonna have to tell Danny.
I
that
agree
shit.
100%.
And Ryan.
Yeet.
Like I can't even. I mean, even growing up, dude, I can't even sit and listen to a whole song.
Damn,
shit's
you're a
whack.
hater.
It's too much negativity in the
gosh.
sound of the music.
Nah. Just because y'all don't like something doesn't mean you can call it whack. I mean,
Hey, Chris, make sure to disinfect that mic when you're done.
the reality is they've made way
Dude.
more money than any of us making their art.
No, I
so
know.
kudos.
I
Just
think they're
being-
one of the only bands that have done concerts in all 7 continents.
Damn, that's cool. Well, I'm just being an asshole. I mean, Metallica.
But what do I know? I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but respect. So speaking about sanitizing microphones, right? So yesterday, the city of El Paso told everybody, hey guys, in order to stop the spread of coronavirus, you're going to start having to wear some mask on your face, right? So now today,
Do you know how many people don't have access to it and or cannot afford masks? It'd be really nice if we lived in a government that took care of its people and handed out the necessities during a
Yeah,
pandemic.
but you know, people are smart enough to, hey, go online and look ways to make your own.
yeah, for real.
At the same
It's
time, you're
2020.
assuming everybody has access to internet, and that right there is naive and privilege of us.
Okay, so hold on.
So then do
'cause-
something about it, Lena.
Hold on, because I just wanted to tell a quick story, and you guys started barking at each other like little fucking chihuahuas.
Fight me.
Okay, so anyway, so
So make me
yeah,
cough on you.
I already took my earrings off. Like, I'm right there. Like, you need to chill.
whoa, this shit's
All
getting
right,
real
yeah.
over here.
My bad. Yeah,
Okay,
my bad.
so like I said, guys, breaking news. Now in El Paso, you are required to wear a face mask when in public. Please cover up your face to avoid the spread of COVID-19. Anyways, so I go to the gas station, right? And I'm sure you guys have seen the memes or people making fun of other people who are wearing their face mask, like when they're alone in their car, because
Just wearing it not in an effective way.
yeah, like logically speaking, you don't need to wear your face mask if you're alone by yourself in your car. You know what I mean? That's like you're good in your car. So anyway, I go to this store. I'm not gonna say the name of the store, but you know who you are, store.
Quick stop.
Yeah, yeah, that one, I think.
Sure.
Okay.
So I go to the store, a store. I don't know what store it was. I wasn't paying attention. I go in the store. There's a guy. He's at the register, and I noticed that he has a mask, right? And I had my mask on. And
I was about to ask, wait, did you have a mask on?
yeah,
Last time I saw you, you didn't have. You had your mask, but it
he's
wasn't
on this shit, dude. Like, as soon as we get to the house, did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, dude.
Don't forget to wash your
Not
hands.
playing around
Make sure
with
you wash
this.
your hands. Did
Anyway.
you wash your hands? Don't forget to wash your hands. Did you wash your hands? Like, he's on this shit.
So I put the mask on, or I had my mask on. I go into the store. I see this guy standing at the register. He has a mask around his neck. It's not covering his mouth. It's not covering his nose. He's just chilling. He's talking to the cashier lady probably about Lotto, which we'll get to that later because people go to the gas station to buy Lotto tickets. They take forever, and it's just annoying. But anyway,
They should have like a
yeah, they should
store
have a
that's
separate
more-
line or like a separate window. Like let them deal with it anyway. So I go in, I make my purchase. This guy the whole time is still there, or I go get what I'm gonna get. Then I proceed to make my purchase. This guy, as I proceed to the counter, walks out of the store, right? And I see him. He hops on a little bike. And he starts positioning himself. He puts his bag on his handlebars and everything so that he can ride away safely and go enjoy whatever it was he got, his lotto tickets. And he starts riding and he puts his fucking face or his mask on.
Wait, so when he walked in the store, he didn't have it on?
No, he was in the store with no face mask. And then he decides that the right time to use his face mask would be to when he hops on his bike, pedals away ever so slowly into a world where he's not surrounded by any people. But yet in the gas station where there was people around him, he's out here, no mask. He's just free balling life over here, just not caring about anything. And yeah, dude, that's
whoever this citizen is, give us a call, man. We'll get you on here, and you could explain your part on this, because I can't figure it out. Why would you go inside a store with a mask? You have a mask, but it's not even on. It's not on your face.
Yeah,
but then you go on your motorcycle and you put it back on. God bless.
Dude, not even his motorcycle, just his little pedal bike. Just
it was a bike.
Yeah, it was a bike, bro. Not even like a Harley. It was just like a little pedal bike. So he's all pedaling away, like there's nobody around him, but yet that mask was on, bro, and he was protecting himself.
Maybe he was just, looking out for the cops.
Maybe he's just not educated on how and when he needs to wear it. Like, that's the crazy part about all this is, like, there's a lot of misinformation. So, like, there's been times where I've cross-contaminated because I'm not taking that extra precaution or I'm not paying attention. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this whole pandemic has hopefully forced you to think about things like that. Like, when you deal with food, you're more aware of like cross-contamination, but at the same time, like, as you get older, you just kind of learn about these things with like cooking and stuff. But there's a lot of people who probably just don't know like what's what, or just aren't paying attention. Like, that's how shit spreads,
Yeah, you know what, you're not gonna have 100% of the people follow the rules,
right? Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of other things that people could do. I actually saw this today. I don't know where it was, but there was I think it was like an AutoZone store, and they put up a sign on their door.
Oh yeah, it was in Socorro.
That nobody came in unless you were wearing a mask.
Yeah, I saw that.
But see, that's
like
the thing.
That's good.
But
like,
that's
hey,
the
if
thing.
you don't have a mask.
No. See, but here's like, then I think of bigger picture shit. Okay, so like, why aren't these corporations backing up their employees by enforcing this? Like, why can't they have security, or why can't they have extra personnel to say, yo, like, I don't have a mask, you can't come in. Like, oh, well, sorry, like, you can't come in. Like, why is everything seemingly falling upon the people who like have the least resources? You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm.
Well, that's what we're dealing with now. When Trump's in office, he's leaving the state to handle it for themselves.
Yeah, and we have 50
when
fucking states
when that happens, what can we do? I mean, if I was a business owner, that's probably something I would have done from the beginning.
Yeah, no doubt. But what I'm saying is you have big ass fucking corporations like Walmart. Are they enforcing that? No. Big corporations like Sam's,
I mean,
like, you know what
Walmart,
I mean?
It also depends. Like, Walmart is also taking steps, but they're taking steps in a way that they're not going to let just everybody walk in at the same time. I don't know if you've been to Walmart lately, but you have to stay outside in line 6 feet apart, and they count every person that walks in and walks out. So there's like a limit of people,
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
in that sense, they're already taking precautions.
Right. Like, those are the big picture things that we got to be on. But, like, why is it taking it this long? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are other states and places that are, like, already on this shit, trying to take precautions. Like, I just feel like...
Because America, that's why.
I mean,
you can't tell
honestly,
us what to do until people start dying.
Well, and that's shitty, you know what I mean? But, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I guess all we can do is focus on what we can't control and, like, a focus on our ripple effect, and that's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? We're one pebble in this big river.
So, check this out. So, going back to what Misa said about being on, or having to wait in line to get to Walmart, to get into Walmart. So, my friend Jeremy, who was on the pod on episode 19, that was released April 4th of this month, or obviously of this month, so April 4th of this year. He had said that they were already doing that, waiting in line at the grocery store. So, like, we kind of predicted this, or kind of like,
and that's what I'm saying.
Where
like,
we forecasted this, we saw this coming.
Like, so
and
this
it's kind of crazy.
This week they've made adjustments. That's cool. I'm not down on that shit. Like, change is always gonna happen. But how are you gonna do 20 some days later? You decide to fall into fucking stacks and decide, hey, this is what we should probably do. Like, that's what I'm saying. You have big ass fucking corporations.
When you think about it, when a big thing like this happen, you have to think of the data. You have to wait for the data to come in. You can't just be like, okay, from now on, everybody has to wear masks when there's only 20 people that have been infected in our city. people then are not gonna listen even more. It's just because 20 people are confirmed, you know. But now that we're over 700 people, I think it's people will probably listen a lot more now.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks that it had to take this for 700
right.
plus
Yo,
people to get.
what's
to
funny is, remember when we were doing this shit and we had like 5 cases and we were kind of already freaking out.
Yeah,
We're like, yo, this shit is here, bro. And now it's like, yeah, 700.
Yeah, that's it.
that's all I'm thinking.
And that's what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying. Like,
crazy,
how,
Fucking New York City's kicking our
just-
ass. What do we
Whoa.
do? We gotta get them. Those are rookie numbers.
that I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's
Oh,
nah,
God.
like,
no,
you
dude,
know,
I'm not trying to have a New York City here,
yeah,
dude. That would
no,
be
no, no,
terrible.
no. Like, we're not. The reality
Imagine-
is like we can do what we can, and that's that. Like, we can just focus on that and do what we can. So again, if you don't live with people, you shouldn't be seeing them 6 feet away. Don't be fucking around. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, these people are professionals. They've spent years studying and doing this, and if we're naive to think that we're above them and we don't even have half the knowledge in that particular field, like, that's foolish. You know what I mean? Like, we're just gonna keep like. The reality
You
is
also
this.
get like a bunch of people now protesting to open.
Because they're fucking
Your city's
dumb,
too
dude.
open.
Because capitalism, like, people have this idea that, like, okay, like, you shouldn't, like, the government shouldn't tell me what I should and shouldn't do. So, like, the government telling you that you shouldn't leave your house, that you should, you know, minimal, not that you can't ever do it, but that you should only do it to a minimum for emergency, for necessities. And, like, people are pissed over the stupidest shit, like, oh, well, how does it feel to have your fucking rights essentially almost taken from you? Like, it's a spin on that shit, you know what I mean? Like, people don't think about the repercussions of their actions until they're, like, faced with it. And then at the same time, people really don't want to think of the bigger picture, only their perception and how they see things, like, you know?
There's gonna be a protest on Saturday tomorrow.
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Here,
so look, here's the thing I don't understand about the people that are out there protesting, saying that, like, oh, these are, like, you can't, like, violate my rights, like, this is America, we can go as we please. Like,
I think what they're trying to say mostly is that they want to get back to work. A lot of people are struggling with all these businesses closed. There's a lot of people out there without any jobs, dude. They can't pay their rent.
Yeah, no, I
You
know.
know
My
it.
uncle lost his restaurant. Like, the reality is that everybody's being affected by it. You know what I
Right.
mean? And if
So
you
their thing is that the illness or the cure cannot be any worse than this. You know, like our economy is fucking crashing.
no, I
We're doing
know,
really
yeah,
bad,
but
you know,
but-
so
it's
that
been crashing since
so,
like 2016. It's
so
been
leaving
shit.
it open, like opening all these businesses back up, opening America, would it be something bad? Like, can it get any worse than our economy that we're at right now?
well, okay,
Spanish
hold on,
flu,
hold on,
second
hold on,
wave
hold on.
killed more than the first.
Hold on, so
Yeah, but that was in 1918.
Yeah, but it
That was
spreads just
100
as
years
quickly.
ago
when-
No, but
when
it
the
spreads just
medicine-
as quickly. No, and we still don't have a vaccine. Like, how are people not understanding that aspect? Like, if we don't have a way to definitively cure it with a vaccine, then we're still going blind. People are being reinfected. And the bottom line is this, is that it's such a fucking, like, an evil virus that it can kill you in days. Like, it doesn't matter what age you are, and it doesn't matter, like, it's coming for you. You know what I mean? Like, whether you're healthy or not, seemingly healthy people are getting fucked up. Like, what's up with that? You know what I mean? You want to think you're invincible? Well, the reality is we're not. And it's being proven time and time again. Look at New York's numbers.
yo, so okay, look, here's the thing.
I'm Mexican, dude. All I gotta do is sana colita de rana.
So I understand people that aren't working, and I understand that, you know, people have lost their jobs, and it's a huge financial hardship for people. But, like, there has to be a point, and this is where you're gonna have to weigh ethics versus profit, where how many people have to die for you guys to continue making money, and how many people have to die before you can realize, like, to me, I think lives are a little bit more valuable. I mean, the reason they're pushing for these states to open up so fast is because a lot of these governors that are the heads of these states are tied in financially with, like, they're tied in financially with big corporations. They're tied in financially with people who fund their campaign, and they're scared because the money's running out But I mean, what are you gonna do, dude? I mean, are you gonna have all these people die just because you want to open hair salons so people can get haircuts?
Like, that's what I'm saying. I just don't understand. Like, if you want to protest the government's like mishandle on this, then protest that. Protest the fact that they're not helping businesses stay open. Protest the fact that they're not saying, you know what, because of the pandemic, like, don't fucking pay rent for a while. Like, we're gonna pause that. Like, how are you gonna call us the greatest country in the fucking world, and you have how many people on unemployment? You have how many people losing their houses?
Well, it's like you said, capitalism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can't.
So what it comes down to is the greed. That's what it comes down to. That's why, especially here.
I don't know. To be honest, I think I could agree with some of these protesters, just like in a sense that, like, you know, especially like small businesses, like they should sign the bill that's gonna also help them. That's the second one. Because the first one ran out of money real quick, and there's a lot of businesses out there that didn't get any help. But just because they passed another bill, almost $500 billion, doesn't mean that everybody's going to get a help. So if you're a business owner and it's closed right now, you're not making any money,
Right.
and the government's not going to be able to help you out. And if the government does help you out, you still have to pay that back, you know. But at the same time, how are you going to recover from that? A lot of these businesses are not going to be able to reopen after all this.
But that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
know?
whose fault is
Like-
it? Is it the pandemic, or is it your government who can't take care of you? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't understand how we can be upset with people like in the healthcare. Like, oh, like it feels like if you're not getting your way, you're upset about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're.
Yeah, one thing real quick I gotta say about the healthcare. Shout out to all those nurses and
Yeah, dude,
people
so-
working
okay, so-
online. My sister is a nurse.
Okay, so
And-
you can't say shout out to them. Let's reopen the fucking state, because if you think
Yeah,
about
I
it,
can, Chris. Yes, I
No.
can, because it also has to do with a personal choice of protecting yourself and taking.
Okay, yes,
if,
yes,
if
yes,
the,
yes,
if
yes.
the if the business is open and shit like that, that doesn't mean that we're gonna force you to go to that restaurant to eat. If you don't feel comfortable going over there, then stay your ass home. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, dude, but okay, but still, you're trying to put more people in places together. That's going to guarantee spread of the virus.
Because here's the reality.
So hold on. Right now, you don't want to put a strain on your medical personnel and your medical facilities and your medical equipment. If you reopen too early and then you have another surge and you don't have enough medical personnel, people to help you, and then what happens is they start contracting the virus and they start dying.
Like,
Right?
that's
You have
what's-
to think of it that way.
Like,
you
not-
have to think, okay, what's going to happen long term, right? We're going to reopen for 2 weeks. Everyone's going to think everything's fine. So more people are going to start going out. And then what's going to happen is all of a sudden we're going to have this second surge of cases. And
Okay, so in your opinion, till when then? When in Chris's mind and Linda's mind is the right time to reopen all this when our economy is hurting tremendously?
Well,
right?
you
That's
can't
the
put-
problem. Like, that. Here's the bottom line. You're right. We don't have definitive answers. We don't know like the right or wrong way to fix this, but there's a shit ton of people in the government that should and don't have it together. So that's my fucking problem.
Look-
That's my fucking issue that
Whoa,
you're
Lena, you
having-
need to calm down right now,
like,
right?
No, but seriously, like you're the government and I'm supposed to be proud to be an American, right? Like, that's what we sold the entire world on. That's why people from all over the world want to be here, because we are the land of the free. And you're telling me you can't fucking help me because of this pandemic, which is not your fault, not my fault. I mean, we can get into whose real fault this is if you want to, but the bottom line is you can't take care of its people, and I'm supposed to be proud to be an American, and I'm not even a minority. I'm not even a mother. I'm not even somebody who's struggling immensely like there are millions of people. And you're telling me, like, at the end of the day, they extended our stay-at-home order, did they not? Why? Because people couldn't do the bare fucking minimum and stay home and do what they could. They're going to keep extending it. People have already proven not to care. People have already proven not to do what needs to be done because they want to do what they want to do. So we're going to have more deaths until it finally hits home, like August 3rd. How are we going to have a city like El Paso unite after August 3rd and pull through and be the badass city that we are, only to what? Have a rally for what? To risk the people? Do you know how many people like are close to us that are in the healthcare profession? Like, how can we not think of them? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think we'll know until it actually happened. I mean, shit, things could actually work out if we do, You know, it's the unknown that it's really fucking us up.
I would say for sure you need a better way to test people.
Yeah.
And then that's number one. So until you have that, I don't think you can really move forward.
Because
with
you have to
anything.
remember, Fort Bliss is still not giving their numbers. So that's going to matter because our data is not going to be fully like encompassed as a city, because Fort Bliss in itself helps run this city just like Juarez does. So we are dynamic in that aspect that we don't even have efficient testing. We don't have efficient data. Like all around, there's so much unknown, and I don't understand why we want to risk it. That's how I see it.
Actually, I was reading earlier that the way they pronounce people when they die of COVID-19, even if you had like an example, if you have somebody that's in a hospice, right, and they tell you, you know what, they have about 3 days until they pass away, but in those 3 days that person contracted COVID-19 and the person ends up dying in those 3 days, but because that person had the COVID-19, they're going to call it a death, a COVID-19 death, regardless whether that person died of complications of COVID-19 or not. But because that person was infected with COVID-19, they're going to call it a COVID-19 death. So a lot of stuff like that, man, like the death toll that we have, we really don't know if these people actually died because of the COVID-19. All we know is that they had the COVID-19 when they died.
Well,
You know,
yeah,
and
but I'm
a lot of
sure
people don't.
No, you're
I'm
right.
looking at
You're
Yeah,
right,
you're-
but
you're
that's
right,
what I'm
but
saying.
when
Like,
you-
there's so many discrepancies.
when you have them do an autopsy, right? The autopsy is going to reveal the true cause of death, right?
Yeah, but like I said, regardless, that's how they're doing it.
No, I know, but the real cause of death is going to be a medical term. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a death certificate, right? If you look at a death certificate, it says in medical terminology the reason for death. And so if they see in there that, and I don't know what the medical terminology of COVID-19 is, but something to the tune of like severe respiratory infection, lungs filled up with water, whatever the case may be, like I'm sure they base the COVID-19 deaths off of that, and not like if this guy had already suffered like some strokes, was already dying because of cancer, and then he contracted it. I don't necessarily think they're going to call that a COVID death. You know what I mean?
No, they are though. That's what I'm saying. There's plenty of cases out there, and they're putting them out where they died of other complications, but because it had the COVID-19, they're calling it a COVID-19 death. They're adding it to the data of deaths that are caused by COVID-19, which does not make sense. They should be more specific on it, you know?
Well, yeah, because we need to know, like, if you're inaccurately saying that this person died due to this, then that's going to misconstrue, like, any sort of, like, future medicines to benefit that, because now it's going to be based off incorrect data. So what states did you say are doing this? Like, what article
I'll
here
send
in
it to
the
you guys.
US?
I don't want to say and get it wrong, but I'll send you guys the little thing I was reading about.
No, I was
it.
just curious.
But how
'cause,
about
like,
we do this, guys? How about we do this? How about we call President Trump and ask
Aye.
him what we should do? What kind of medicines we should do? What do you think, Chris? You think we should call him up?
I know.
I think we should. I mean,
Let me call him up. Real quick. Hold on. I got him on speed dial. Oh, Jesus, Rona.
That's how unamused I am.
All right, Mr. President, can you hear me?
hello.
Oh, okay. All right, Mr. President, it's nice talking to you. Welcome to our podcast again. A lot of people here in El Paso are worried or freaking out. They're confused. They don't know what to do. Do you have any tips to, let's say I am infected with the COVID-19, anything I can do to make me feel better?
First off, I just want to thank the beautiful, beautiful city of El Paso. It's beautiful. I know you're next to Mexico. We're gonna get that wall built. Trust me, folks. The wall is getting built. Anyway, El Paso, you're beautiful. Your people are beautiful. COVID-19, you guys don't have to worry about COVID-19. Your hospitals are stacked with ventilators. You have more ventilators than you have Mexican restaurants in the city. It's ridiculous. Anyways, if you were to come across this COVID-19, this virus, this beautiful virus, I've never seen a virus like this. Misa, have you seen a virus like this before?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, nobody's seen it. Lena, have you seen a virus like this?
No.
Okay, this virus is a ghost. It's a killer. Oh boy, is it a killer. Ask New York City. See what it did to them. It's a killer. Okay? But luckily for you, El Paso, that great city of El Paso, and that great state of Texas, Greg Abbott, wonderful man. Great man. I've never met a man like him before. Best governor in the land.
Stand up ovation? Oh, wait, no, that's not good.
Yes. Thank you, Abbott. If one is to come across this COVID-19, we've developed a vaccine, a solution. This solution is the best solution. It's better than any solution we've had. We can inject you with Lysol, with disinfectant Lysol. Yes, the Lysol that's in your bottles in your bathroom. We can put it in a vaccine. You can inject it into yourself. And gone is the COVID. Within seconds, it's gone. It's gone.
Can I use Fabuloso? That's what we got around here.
Yes, Fabuloso is fine. I believe that's the Mexican version of the COVID, or of I think that's the Mexican hand sanitizer, if I'm correct. Go ahead and use that. That's fine. El Paso, you're in great hands. This country's great. You all got your checks, right? Everyone got your checks. Lena, did you get your check?
No.
Misa, I know you got your check.
Oh, I did. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
A lovely check it was, wasn't it? It was beautiful.
Can you send me some more, though?
We're working on it. We're working hard. We're working every night. We're working every day. This country is great. And we will get you more checks. Checks on me at the bar. Donald Trump.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
Somebody save
wow.
me.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No.
We'll see you next week. We'll call you tomorrow. Thank you, sir. Thank
Hey,
you.
how about we call one of our best presidents out there, Bill Clinton. I think he had something to say. Bill Clinton, where you at? Thank you. Thank you. I have really not much to say. All I gotta say is I did not have any sexual relationships with that woman. That woman
Yeet.
had sexual relationships with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, former
Classic
president.
bullshit.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you, Bill Clinton. Where you been, man? How's that wife?
All right, guys. First thing, real
She
fast.
still would've been a
Let's
better
keep this
president.
podcast rolling.
Dude,
First-
I can't believe I seriously can't believe that he said that. Like,
Dude, he knows
who
what
in
he's
the
talking
right
about,
mind,
bro.
bro?
Trump 2020. All the way.
Jesus.
All right, where's the first place you're going after quarantine, Misa?
Nowhere, dude.
You're gonna
Because then
ride
Yeah, I'm
it
gonna
out?
everything's
let the
gonna be packed.
first
I'm gonna wait
wave
another
out.
month.
Yeah.
But nah, man. First thing I want to do is obviously take the family out somewhere. Go eat somewhere. Probably go watch a movie. Then drop them off at my mom's, and then take my wife out on a date or something.
Nice. Lena, this is the first place you want to go.
My
School.
mom's. Shut the fuck up.
Hey.
Honestly, yeah, I've been missing school, but like to see my folks, my mom and my Nina and my homie lovey dovey Rios, like that's the first place I'm going for sure.
Nice. Those are
You,
great.
Chris?
Those are great answers, everyone.
Yeah, Chris, where the fuck you going?
Where do I want to go? I don't know. I don't know. I kind of just want to like. We were gonna go to a Young Pinch concert. Shout out Young Pinch if you don't know who he is.
Sure, for sure.
So I think I kind of do like. I would still want to like take a trip somewhere. We were gonna go to Denver. Kind of ruined everything. So that would be kind of like what I'm trying to do. And then all the normal things, hit up a restaurant, hit up a bar.
See our homies. We
See
haven't
our
seen our
homies,
homies in
yeah.
a while.
See our homies and play
Yeah, I
Call
think
of
that's a
Duty
thing for me,
Warzone.
man.
All right, so yeah, so pretty much we all kind of have an idea of what we kind of want to do with life after quarantine. So let's transition, guys. Let's get this podcast moving. Lena, we understand you have a story to tell us. Somebody said they had kidnapped you, for Christ's sake. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about
Was it you, Chris? Yeah, it was probably you.
¡No sea mamón!
that. Nope.
Oh, tío!
Hey, Theo. Drink your natural light and get the fuck out of here. Thank you.
See you later, Theo. I'll tell my Theo you're still working.
Okay, Lena, tell us the story about how you got kidnapped.
It was fucking wild, man. Like, I'm straight chilling. I just got off a lecture from class, and my stepmom hits me up. She calls, like, "What's up?" Right away, she's like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Whoa, like, I'm chilling, you know. I just got off a lecture. Like, what's up?" And she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "Chilling at home. Like, what's up?" And she's like, "Yo, like, someone called your dad and I that they kidnapped you. It was a Mexico number." And she's just like going on and just telling me all this crazy shit. And I'm like, "What?" Like, nah, like, I'm here, Mom. Like, I'm chill, you know? She's like, "Okay, well, let me call you back. Like, let me call your dad." And then I was like, "Oh shit, like, this shit's real." Like, you could just hear the panic in her voice, you know? And so then, long story short, I tell her, like, "Nah, like, it's not me. Like, trust me." And I FaceTime her. They had called my dad's phone, and so he answered on that phone, and they basically said, "Yo, we have, you know, your family member." They didn't even say daughter. So, like, there were a couple things that they dropped the ball on, like, probably weren't the best kidnappers around. But anyways, long story short, my dad was like, "Yeah, like, this isn't them." Like, there was a couple things that they had talked about that she didn't respond to. Like, they were telling him, "Hey, like, calm her down, like, she's crying," and like this girl's hysterically crying, obviously trying to give him the effect. And he's like, "Yo, like, you good? Was that your abuelita calling?" Because they claimed to have his phone hacked, so like they could see like if he was gonna call the police and shit. And so he gets on the phone to this girl, and she's like, because the guy tells him, like, "We saw someone tried calling. Who was it?" Because it was the real me trying to call my dad and say, "Yo, like, that shit's not real. Like, I'm good." And so then he
They just wanted some money.
yeah, straight up, like, that's what they were doing. They were fucking with him, like, that they
Send him
needed
some
money
coupons.
and they needed $3,000 now. And like they were just like, and he did, like, he panicked, like he you know, my stepmom said that he just came in the room, didn't say shit, wrote on a piece of paper, like, "Call Milena, like, make sure she's good," and then just walked out the house. Like, you know, because I guess for him, he was trying to feel out, like, how real this was or wasn't. And the number did call from Mexico, so it was like, considering I do live here in El Paso, like, it is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, they got him in that aspect. But like, long story short, I was like, "Nah, like, that's not me." And so he started talking shit to them, and
Yeah, they
yeah.
they straight up wanted that stimulus check, baby.
Yeah, they were like, "You know, it needs to be at..."
And that's when your dad started yelling, "Build that wall."
No,
Build
I mean,
wall.
that would be
Yes,
something he says,
yes,
but
he
no.
would say that.
Yeah, but I mean, the reality is like, he figured out that it wasn't real, and by this time we had already talked, and I was like, "Nah, like, it's fake, like, it's fake as fuck, like, go make a report, like, that ain't me," you know. And
Dude, thinking about it, like Mexico shit, dude, that's some shady stuff out there, dude.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's Mexico, bro. That's what they do.
And
Hardcore.
So
It was crazy.
Shout out to Lena not being kidnapped. Yeet.
She was about to scratch it off her bucket list.
Yeah, she's like, dude. She was thinking to herself, seriously. She's like, would I like being kidnapped?
No way. Hey, G.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's sketchy, bro. Let me tell you something real quick. When I was, my parents haven't heard this, but when I was like,
Shout out your parents.
I was like 16 when we went. We all took a family trip to Cancun, and it was my immediate family and a couple of family members, and we had decided on the way over there, like, hey, one of these nights, man, me and my older brother and my two other family members, we're gonna sneak out and we're gonna go to a strip club.
Hey.
I was like, hey, first time to a strip club, shit, in Cancun, shit, why not? I'm in.
Nisa was
you know what I'm
like-
saying? Dude, so, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
oh,
We at the strip club, baby. Yes, sir. DJ Chris on the ones and twos. I'll be here all night, baby. Make sure to tip your service.
drop it, drop it. Mwah.
Anyway, shout out to
Dude.
strip clubs. They're struggling right now.
Yeah, shut out.
Hope
So,
you
like-
filed for that unemployment, baby.
Everybody did. except for me. I'm
Facts.
essential. I'm essential AF.
I'll get you a sticker.
I'm
a gold
essential
one.
too. Okay, go on.
But yeah. So one of the days, we ended the day kind of early. It was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So once our parents fell asleep and stuff, we all snuck out, and it was like around 11. So there's four of us, and then so we go outside, and we're looking for a taxi, and dude, I speak Spanish fluently, but there's times where it's just out of nowhere I can't speak Spanish for shit. I just get caught up. So I couldn't tell this guy, and I couldn't think in my head what the hell a strip club was in Spanish. So I'm over here like, oh, mujeres, shishis, you know, like showing them, and he's like, oh,
whoa,
okay,
whoa.
okay, get in. So we get into this van, and so we start driving, dude, and we start passing all these resorts, and we go into, it's kind of like a downtown where all these clubs are at and shit, and we're like, dude, hell yeah, dude, I'm ready. But this guy just kept driving, dude, and he kept driving, and then he passed all those clubs, and then we started driving through like some shitty ass neighborhood, bro. Like dark, no street lights, no nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, holy shit, like we're all gonna die now. Like death by strippers or something. So we keep driving, dude, and then he stops in this big ass building. It's like a Walmart. It's just with no cars around, no nothing. It looked like a vacant building. So we go and we park out in the back. And there's a door right there, dude, and we get off, and the taxi driver walks us to the door, and he knocks on the door, and you should see an eye pop out. Like he opens a little slit, and a little eye looking through, closes it, and you hear like 30 locks unlocking. And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, what the fuck? And he opens his door, dude, and it's like walking into heaven. This place was so fucking bright. Everything was white couches, you know, and there was like a chick standing there, you know, on the ticket counter. It's like, dude, this shit looked legit. You know, it smelled nice in there and everything.
Aye.
That means a lot coming
yeah.
from a
Dude,
strip place.
So I'm there, like, at
You have a
first I
good
was pretty
aroma.
sketched out, you know, at the fact that where the fuck we were at,
'Cause he
there's
fucking
literally
knows.
nothing around us. So we standing there, and then the guy's like, oh, come with me. And then so we walk across this hallway, and as I look down the hallway, there's all these doors, and then like a couple of doors open, and you see a couple of girls' heads pop out. And I'm like, what the fuck? So they put us into this room, dude, and there's like 4 beds, or 2 big ass beds, and a big ass jacuzzi, and couches, and a TV. And then we're just standing there, dude. And then as we're standing there, one of my family members, he's like, guys, I think we're in a whorehouse. And we're like, what? No way. And as I said that, dude, about 5 or 6 chicks walk into the room, half naked, topless, and just stand there in line. And there's a guy there, and he's just like, pick one.
Yeah, you're
And
definitely
I'm like,
in a
oh
brothel.
shit. And then all I hear is one of my family members like, hell no, we're out of here. You know, he grabbed my hand, I grabbed my brother's hand, and we took off, and we left my other buddy there, family member. He was just sitting on the couch like, dude, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying here. Come pick me up later.
Your uncle was like,
No sea mamón!
Dude, so we're like, dude, I can't fucking believe this guy brought us to a whorehouse. So we go back outside, and the taxi driver's just there smoking a cigarette, and I'm over there again trying to speak Spanish to him, like, no, like chichis, música, you know, this. And then he starts speaking like fluent English. Like, oh, a strip club. Oh, you guys should have told me to go to a strip club. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, man.
he's like, hey, you stupid fuck, you stupid
Yeah, dude,
American.
I felt so bad, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Just tell me you want to
he
go to
was-
a strip club, you fucking dumbass.
That's exactly what he was thinking. He's like, that's
Get in the
oh, shit, you
car, I'm
Mexicans
charging
speak
you
English?
double.
Dude, so he ends up taking us to like this big ass. It was like a mall of strip clubs. It's like $20 to get a wristband, and there's like 10 strip clubs inside that building. And I honestly don't remember anything inside of that strip club.
Did you play some chess?
Yeah, dude. I think we went for like Bible study or some
What
shit. I
kind
don't
of
know.
question is that? Chris doesn't remember his first time either.
Well, it's because
so.
like, what do you do in a strip club? Like, there's just a bunch of naked people around, or like,
You watch them perform. That's their art. Is them perform. The point is to admire their body, and they're showcasing their body. That's.
I don't know. I kept handing out cards for the Goodwill. I told them they got some really cheap clothes
Ay,
there.
ay, ay.
If you guys need any. But
You're just
yeah, dude, that's the
jealous.
first time ever going to a strip club. and that shit was crazy. That shit was fun though. I can't believe I went to a whorehouse first.
You're like, can we calm it down a little bit and not go straight for prostitution? And
Yeah,
can we
dude.
just
It's like,
have
dude, let's start
some-
off.
Yeah,
kinda slow first,
can we have
right?
some good legal stripping? That's it. I just want to see some tits. I don't really want to do anything with them.
Well, what I do remember is Coronas being 25 cents.
Hey, okay.
Oh, you can't go wrong with that shit.
Yeah, so
All right,
maybe
dude.
that's why I don't remember shit.
So
That explains a lot. 25-cent fucking domestics that little bit, like, I won't remember my name leaving.
So fucking I saw, Misa, that you had gotten some questions from our listeners over Facebook. Some random
Oh, yeah.
questions, but we're gonna touch on a few of them real fast.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to everybody that commented, man, that stay involved with us.
Yeah, shout out.
Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we
I
appreciate
like
you
when
guys.
they come and they bring up something we were talking about in one of our podcasts, and that's pretty cool. But yeah,
Thank you guys. We appreciate all that. We appreciate all the love and support.
Sometimes we have brain farts, so we need some help.
So-
you have brief parts.
Let's see. Give us one of those questions, Misa.
All right, well, some of them are pretty basic. We'll go around, and somebody wanted to know what our favorite color is.
Okay.
So we'll start off with Lena. Lena, what's your favorite color, girl?
Blue.
Blue. Why blue?
Why not?
Do you wear blue though? Like, is it your favorite color to like wear all the time? Like you use that blue for everything?
I have a lot of blue stuff. I have a lot of earth tones, honestly, but like if it's black, blue, or like a deep green, I fuck with green and blue a lot.
Blue and green. Wow. I don't know about those colors. I'm really into like dark colors, whether it's black, gray, maroon.
And you're trying to fucking talk to me about my colors.
Yeah, dude, they're too bright. Get that shit under control.
All right, Misa.
What is yours?
What's your favorite color?
Really, anything dark, man. Black, gray, maroon. I think that's it.
Black like your heart.
That's right.
Like his
So
soul.
dark. It's so black.
Whatever. You knew what I meant.
Well, is it
black
worse
if
to have
it's
a black
cotton.
heart or a black soul? I feel like a black soul is worse.
I think they're both bad.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
But I feel like the soul's worse.
Yeah, I would say a soul is worse.
Because that just means you're a terrible person whether you're living or not.
Yeah, you're a black hole essentially.
You're a demon.
Okay, Chris, what's your fucking favorite color?
You know, shit, making me feel like shit now.
Right?
My favorite color is trailer trash white.
Oh, come on.
Just kidding.
He's a Trump
Out of
supporter for
all-
sure.
Yeah,
Ay,
just
ay,
kidding.
ay.
No, it's unemployed brown.
That's my favorite.
That's a good one, huh? No, and then my other one, no, I'm not gonna say that one was bad. No,
You shouldn't have said any of them.
I'm a I'm a fan of blue, but I like a dark blue, a nice like
Copycat.
well, no, but like a dark blue. Like I don't like a light blue, like a sky blue. No, I want to see a dark blue color. And a lot of the shit I do wear is actually dark blue. So I would say that I'm like really invested into that. So let's get into another one of these questions. What was another one that you had?
All right, I want to hear this one. What's your favorite animal, Chris? If you could own an animal, any animal, domestic animal. Well, you could domesticate any animal if you want, but any animal you could have at home, what would it be?
Domesticate?
Yeah, like so he can live with you and shit.
I know, but that's not what I heard the first time, so I was a little thrown off.
Why would you hear the first
I'm not
time?
going to say what I heard.
Fornicate? I think that's what she heard.
No.
Jesus.
Let me see.
Chris is not really an animal person. Let's just throw that out there.
I
I
feel
mean,
like-
I'm not like huge either, but
I feel like I can have like a cool animal that would be like kind of like always down, but it definitely can't be like a cat type of animal because cats are gay and I'm allergic to them.
let's use a different word than that.
Maybe some sort of dog, but I don't really fuck with dogs either.
Come on, Chris.
You
Out of all
see?
the animals in the
Bro,
world, you're
you-
picking cat or a dog.
No. I'm thinking through them, dude. I'm going slowly.
I would go with like a chimp.
You see, but I would. Yeah, but what if he ends up smarter than you? Most likely he will be.
Well, then that's cool, man. I'll
Our
have a
closest
smart ass chimp.
ancestor.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want anybody that's here to outshine me or make me look like a dumbass even more than I am.
Self-centered.
You know what, dude? I would take one of those fucking tortoises, like a big land tortoise, and then just have them like rolling around.
Use it like as a coffee table or some shit.
Yeah, dude, or just like just have them there with me, and
Your
then
footrest.
well, yeah, he could be your footrest, or like you can have like a joke where you're like, "Hey, you guys want to see my tortoise?" And then you're like, you call your tortoise over to you, and then 2 hours later they're still there waiting. They're like, "Is he coming?" And then you can see him off.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah,
He's on his way. Hold on.
You can see him off in the distance, like slowly, like making his way there, like really fast, like really slow, fast in a way. But I would
How
say,
would he walk your turtle, dude?
no, he's a tortoise. The tortoise have
tortoise.
fucking they're the big turtles. They
Yeah,
stand
yeah.
up
So
and
how
shit.
would he take it for a walk?
No, I wouldn't take it for a walk. I'm saying you would see it walking towards you at a really slow rate, you know? And you're like, yeah, he'll be here eventually, guys. He's coming.
It'll probably be faster than you though, too.
Yeah, no, yeah. For somehow he'll still be faster than me. So, Lena, what would be your go-to dog or animal? Sorry,
Oh, an elephant.
you're just gonna have an elephant
already lived
hanging
with one.
around.
I already knew. For as long as I can remember, I've been in awe of them. They're majestic as fuck. They're huge as fuck. They'll fuck you up, and they're just silent and peaceful. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something wise about them. You know what I mean? And they're fucking huge. They'll fucking stomp you and like you ain't shit. You know?
Jesus,
Jeez.
God.
Okay, Visa.
I thought she would be like, yeah, so I could go to like birthday parties and let all these little kids ride them, you know. But fuck no, she talks about stomping on people. And
Yeah,
shit.
she's trying to raid a village with an elephant.
Nah, dude, she
I
needs-
plan
she
to
needs a nap.
weaponize my elephant.
Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings? The big ass elephants in the last one.
Exactly.
They're all
Exactly.
war ready and shit. They're fucking out there cleaning.
I
they're
was
they're
born
knocking
ready.
people out with their trunk, swinging it left to right. Like,
Exactly.
"Get out of here, motherfucker!" Stop it on people. Okay, Misa, your favorite animal besides yourself?
Well, I was gonna say my kids, but like I said, man,
That's
maybe like
probably
a
not
chimp or like a
ethical.
gorilla, dude. Just imagine going to the club with your gorilla.
Like
like,
a
yeah,
full,
man,
like a
good.
full on, like one of those big ass gorillas, like.
Yes, dude, like silverback gorilla.
Yeah, silverback. There you go. That's what I like.
Yeah, dude.
He just comes walking to the club like, yo. And then he goes up to
He
the
could
fuck.
carry all my groceries in at the same time.
No, dude. What I'm thinking is like he clears like the whole way for you. He just starts knocking dudes out. Like, back up, bro. Like we in this motherfucker. This is our club tonight. And then like
That's
you're
good,
in
dude.
like you get in there. You're in VIP, and then he's just standing there like, what's good? Who wants a fucking problem?
Dude, I'd probably train him to be in the NFL or something.
Dude, imagine a
Like
nice
that
middle
movie-
linebacker.
Like that movie with what's her name?
Oh, which one?
The one with
What, Sandra Bullock?
yeah, yeah.
Blindside? Damn, that's fucked up that we connected over.
No. Oh, wow, Chris.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. Way to walk into that,
Wow.
bunch of assholes.
Well, it's worse that we both knew. Well, I knew what he was talking about, but anyway,
Exactly.
that's messed up. So, okay, so you would go with the gorilla. So, last question from the audience.
All right, last question, man. Let me see. All right, this is a good one, man. This is by a friend, Jessica. Shout out to Jessica. It says, do you trust the people you see more than your family, your coworkers?
So wait, are you saying hold on. Are you saying
You trust your coworkers more than your family.
Thank you.
Pretty much.
Thank you.
Or your friends, if in the case
No,
that you
no, no,
see
no.
your friends more than your family.
That's what I'm asking. Anybody that you see more than your
Yes.
family?
Yes, Lena, yes.
Okay, well if it's coworkers, no, cuz I don't trust nobody. Friends, I mean that's
Because I don't trust the damn soul.
I mean just
Yo, Lena sounds like the most savage person.
Oh.
Damn
you'll
it,
ever
Lena,
be.
what's wrong with you today?
I don't fucking trust nobody. I don't even trust myself.
Fuck them, man. I get my elephant to stomp on their ass.
fuck
The only
both of
the only
you.
person I trust is my elephant, brother.
Fuck both of you. It's the truth. You want me to be like
Fuck yourself
genuine?
back.
It's no, like
Hey, you
honestly,
tortoise.
I've never fucked with anybody that I've worked with, like in terms of like, besides Tanya, like anybody I've ever really worked with, I'm not like super close to or cool with. Like my mentality is this: you go to your job you get paid to do a fucking thing, and it's not to make homies, it's not to make friends, it's like that shit's on your own time.
Yeah, but the question wasn't just coworkers. It's, do you trust anybody else in your life more than some members of your family?
Is your
Yeah.
family all trustworthy? Like you'd rather trust your family than anybody else?
Bro, for sure, I know I have some people in my life who are not my family that I can trust more than some of my family members.
yeah,
Yeah.
straight
Not
facts.
all of my
Same.
family. Some, like, I trust a lot of my family members more than I trust anybody else.
Absolutely.
But there
Me.
are a select few that I could replace that trust with trust for people that are not family, friends, coworkers, people, colleagues, whatever you want.
Yeah, 100%.
So you guys,
I agree.
None
I
of
agree.
you guys is like best friends or close friends. You guys met like at work. You guys didn't start a friendship with a coworker and it.
But see,
and
that's
it
the
stuck?
crazy part. Chris is like,
Yeah.
Chris is that guy who.
Me and my homie Rick, shout out Rick.
Oh, yeah,
he's
for
been on
sure.
the podcast multiple times.
Okay, so like I take it back. There are a few people that I fuck with after I've worked with, but like I think that's just it's person to person basis. Like Chris fucks with everybody. Like that's just his personality, you know what I
Gross.
mean? Well, you know what I meant because yeah,
I'm liberal. It's okay.
he's free falling like that.
No, but yeah, straight up,
Virus
like
like that.
I've met a lot of cool people from my work, like that I've maintained like a lifelong friendship with. Like my boy Isaac was on the podcast. I met him at work. My boy Rick, he's one of like my best homies. We even lived together at
Yep.
one point. I met him working at Forever 21. It's not everybody that you meet where you work, but
Yeah.
certain people that if you guys connect
Like
on the
Tanya?
right levels, you can develop like a lifelong friendship that continues past working together. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what, yeah.
Same with me, man. I only have a handful of like really really close friends, and only one of them, I met him. He was my supervisor when I was doing security, and till now, man, he's my brother. He's my brother from another mother. Shout out to Luis. He's in Japan right now. Make sure to wash your hands and stay inside, motherfucker.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like me and you aren't even friends. We just do a podcast together. Like
Yeah, man.
we don't even plan this out. I'm just like, hey, podcast today at 6. I call you up, and then all of this is not planned. No work goes into this.
But
Minimal
you know
effort.
what's crazy? But yo, Misa, didn't you meet your girl at work?
strictly work.
Misa,
Oh, what were you saying?
didn't you meet your girl at work?
Yeah, actually.
And
I
then
did.
Chris and we met at work. So it's like we may not fuck with a lot of people after work, but like it's kind of funny that we each found our partners
Yeah,
at work,
think
you know?
about it. I picked out the best one.
Same.
Hey,
Like,
so
if I'm gonna
shout
be friends with somebody here.
Shout
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
shout out
Hey,
to
girl,
work.
you got a man friend? No.
You know what's even crazier? Like Chris was the one that like broke me out of my shell. Like the whole reason we started like being homies and we were friends, because we were friends before we like got together and shit, is he'd be like, yo, like him and Derek, what are you doing? Like nothing. Like what are you gonna do after work? Like nothing. What do you mean? Like what am I
home and watch The Office for the 70th time.
Okay, first of all, I
Netflix and
don't watch
chill.
The Office.
Star Trek. I
No.
got a new Star Trek season to catch up on.
Fuck you. That was me. But that's the thing. Like, it's just funny, like, how people can break you out, you know? Because he did, dude. He was friends with, like, everybody at work. Like, I shit you
That's how I
not.
am too, man. Just be friends. I mean, it's a difference when you're friends with somebody and then like get very close to somebody else. I'm friends with everybody at my work, man. I think everybody there at my work. There's now and then we'll get into it, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I'll still go and be like, hey, you want to have a beer after work or something, and we'll do it. But to have somebody super close and call them like a very close friend like that, nah, not
Well,
really.
that's the thing, too, is, like, at the time, it was different for us. Like, Chris had just turned 21, so he was down to party. He just got out of his serious relationship. So, like, he was all over the place in terms of, like, he was always partying. He was always busy. He was always with some fucking bitches. Like, you know what
Well,
I
yeah,
mean?
he said it. He fucks around with everybody.
So it was crazy because, like, since I was born here, but obviously I wasn't raised here. So, like, I didn't know nobody you know, so they'd be like, come chill, and it was crazy to me, like crazy that all these work people like were cool, like it was cool like that in the sense that they were cool with each other and they drank together and like we just partied and
I think that's
chilled.
an El Paso thing. Because
Yeah,
I mean, every job that I've ever had, we always partied together on the weekend or something like that, or most of us would. Actually, our I don't know if he'll be our next guest, but I have a guest named Ozzy. Shout out to Ozzy. I met him through my first job when I worked at Caliches, working with your cousin Amber, actually.
Woo! I love Caliches.
But yeah, man. And actually, he didn't even work with me. I met him through friends that worked with me there.
True.
But I mean, that's how it is everywhere, you know. Like when I met my wife at a restaurant, you know, we would all go to the bars after. But I think it's more than that, man. Like my buddy Luis, he I guess it just depends. He was more he'd ask more personal questions of like how I was doing and shit like that.
Oh,
You
true.
know.
Bro.
So
And see, that
Yeah.
matters too because
So-
like I don't fuck
So
with that.
I have a crazy story, right? Speaking about work friends and work relationships and all this stuff. When I was 15 years old, I got a job at Applebee's as a busboy. And
yeah,
I knew some of the people that worked there. One of the guys there was my brother's friend. My brother's older, so he was a cook. My brother's friend was older, so he was a cook. Anyway, I got to know a lot of the people that I was working with. One of the guys that I like started hanging out with, and remind you, I'm 15, hanging out with like 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. And one of these guys, he introduced me to like a lot of cool music, like
Drugs.
no. Honestly, this was before I was still like 15, dude. I was scared to do anything. Like I was a little fucking kid.
I was way ahead of Chris.
I should have not have been there working, but anyway, I was.
I think I was going to rehab at 15.
Same.
So this guy, his name was Manny. I'll never forget him, dude. He was super cool. He didn't care that I was a little 15-year-old kid, dude. He treated me like a normal person,
That's
and
creepy.
we would hang out. And I never really like every time we hung out, it was always just fun and like let's have fun and let's do this. It was never anything serious to where like we got to talking about life, because what is a 21-year-old gonna do talking about life to a 15-year-old? Like, you
Right.
know what I mean? So what happened, dude, is this guy ended up committing suicide outside of the parking lot of the Brew.
God.
Yeah, dude. And like we had a vigil like at work and everything. Like that shit was crazy, bro. And he was one of my first work friends that was like super down to kick it. Like
Right, yeah.
actually considered me like as a fucking person, not as just some 15-year-old kid. And then, dude, he fucking took his life one night, dude, and like that shit was crazy, bro. That's when I
Yeah.
realized like this shit is real. Like life is real, bro. It's nuts.
Yeah, man. I think work environments
they shape you.
it's a good experience of like meeting different characters.
Dude, they introduce you to like a lot of different situations, a lot of different people's personalities.
And different customers too, like depending on what jobs you have, you're gonna have different types of people that come to you. Like I definitely felt like working in food and then going to retail was crazy. Like it doesn't sound that drastic, but like just the customer service, the customers, like you know what I mean. Like it's different. Like the people that fuck with you have different questions, different desires, you know, and then that in itself creates a different experience because now you're no longer thinking of people in a different, like in a way that you thought before. Now you're thinking of them in a different light because of your work.
Yeah, dude. And then you'll see people like, for example, I'm not that confrontational of a person, right? But then you get into these work environments and something happens, and then you'll see somebody who's like super confrontational, and they come out and they're like, no, this and that. And you're like, okay, this dude's really about it, like doesn't really care. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Right.
So it's a
I
good
mean,
balance.
I have coworkers out there that I work with, and the thing is, we could get into some serious topics. You know, they'll just out of nowhere they'll come and they'll ask for advice about their girl or something, or something personal like that. But at the end of the day, we never really call each other after work or some shit like that. We
Yeah.
never go out.
True.
Keep
you
it
know?
basic.
Yeah. It's just keep it basic, you know.
All right, so good talk about employee or work employee relationships. I feel like we did a good job covering that. I feel
That
like
shit's
everybody goes through
super
this.
wild, yeah.
let's start wrapping up the podcast, guys. Funniest thing you saw on the internet today, Misa?
It was actually a meme, bro. And in this
love
meme,
memes.
it's a picture of a guy pouring himself some lean, and it says
He must be from
I ain't
Houston.
scared of the coronavirus. And then at the bottom it says I haven't coughed since 2005, and that shit made me laugh. And now I want to go get some lean.
Hey, Lena, funniest thing you've seen on the internet today?
Your face.
Yeah. Honestly, nothing really.
What?
I mean, I did send you a video, but all right.
Well, okay. Well,
He
unfortunately,
did send you a funny
Yeah,
video
you
on the
don't get- I
internet
mean-
today. But, okay, never mind.
But I find like weird shit funny. Like the one that I was thinking of is like this picture of a little fucking God, now I can't think of
Dandelion.
a dandelion. There you go. And it's
Got
like
you.
posted up and it has like poles around it where it's like please don't touch, and like I think that's funny because that's like everybody's first instinct is to grab a flower, pick it and put it on you for your fucking self-centered selfie. But whatever. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
fucking hilarious.
you see what I mean? That's
That-
why I don't say what I find funny. Fucking haters.
God bless. That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Then needs to go to sleep for like 4 days.
So the funniest thing I saw on the internet, which okay, so we talked about this earlier about how Trump suggested using Lysol and things like that to cure COVID-19. So there's a picture of him, and I believe it's the brand fucking Clorox or somebody like that, and they're introducing Clorox vapes, like little e-cigarettes, like the one you have in your hand right now, Visa. Yeah,
Bro, that's genius.
Clorox vapes, right? And then in the photo is fucking Trump, and he just like inhaled this shit, and he's blowing out a fat cloud of smoke, bro. And it says like it will cure COVID-19 in less than 60 seconds, dude.
Dude, we should totally
I'll
start
put that.
like
I'm gonna put that on the podcast page because that shit was hilarious. And when I saw
Yeah,
that,
that's pretty
I was at work. I started laughing so hard, I almost pissed my pants. And I thought about doing it because I couldn't control myself, and the bathroom wasn't near. And I thought about the trash can, but one of the colleagues was so. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't piss my
That's why you
pants,
carry a water bottle with you, Dougie.
and I did have a water bottle, but it had water, so I still wanted to drink that. But anyway, yeah, dude, fucking that Trump meme, that shit was hilarious. That's the funniest thing that I saw on the internet today. And our last thing that we have for today, guys, I know it's already kind of late, but what's for dinner tonight, Misa?
It's some tacos, dude. Some like I think it's like potatoes and meat tacos with some
Potatoes.
Mexican rice.
Potatoes are so underrated.
Carne
Girl.
molida,
Jesus.
some ground beef.
Fight me.
Some ground beef, some rice,
Nice.
and I'm out of beer, so I'll probably just go pick up a beer or two.
Okay. Yeah, I suggest you do that. Be careful. You know, only essential trips to the store, but in this case, beer is very essential. Lena, what's for dinner tonight?
Why don't you tell me, Chris?
Chris has got to cook.
Scoo.
No way, yeah. Hey, G.
Hey, Uncle, what's for dinner tonight?
No sea mamón.
All right, fuck you then, bro. I'm done with your ass. Get the fuck back there. I'm fucking. What's for dinner tonight, guys? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll have dinner. I'm thinking. You know what sounds good? Have you ever had a sausage biscuit from McDonald's?
Dude, those are the shit.
Yeah, like
the
7 of
fuck?
those for dinner. How about that?
No.
Dude, I actually like those the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles.
Oh, yes, a McGriddle. You cannot go
McGriddle.
wrong with a McGriddle, bro. Dude, okay, hold on. Here's my question.
Delish.
Here's my question about McGriddles. How do they get the syrup inside the bread?
I don't even want to know, bro. I don't even want to know. I just take a bite and I just go into this McDonald's land where I'm just sliding down a slide made out of sausage.
You're riding a piece of sausage down the slide and to Breakfastville. Okay, I love it. Great visual for everyone. Just next time you guys see Church, imagine him like straddling a sausage like a cowboy, riding it down the road to Breakfastville.
Hey, did you guys end up having wings the last episode?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. What you think I'm capping? I ain't capping over here. I already told you.
Capping. Let me look through my notes.
Yeah, reference the last
you're
episode.
not lying.
Yes, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so final thoughts on the podcast, guys. We're going to kick it off with Milena.
Stay safe, stay golden. Thank you for sharing your time with us, and we out.
Misa, I need some final words from you.
All I gotta say, man, is I miss doing these podcasts at your house, Chris.
Right? So do I, dude.
I miss stealing your beer too when I get thirsty for water.
It's okay. That's what it's there for. That's why I have plenty of it.
But no, dude. Thanks to everybody listening. Make sure to stay home, stay fresh, and don't forget to go and follow us, guys. Spread the word. Let us know if anybody wants to be on this podcast. We're looking for strippers to interview. So if you guys know anybody, let us know.
For sure, I'd like to take some lessons.
Why are we looking for strippers?
Because I want some lessons. Like, I want to learn some shit. If we're going to learn new trades, like, I'm down.
Nice.
I just want to ask why they gotta dance without their clothes on. It makes no sense.
Because it gets
But
hot.
anyways, guys,
I don't understand why
be
that's
safe.
hard.
Take care. Chris, Lena, that's a good one again. Lena, make sure to get enough sleep. And Chris, don't drink too much beer.
So my final thoughts, guys, are if you listen to this, thank you for joining us. This was episode number 22. This was our Emmitt Smith episode, if you catch my drift. Number 22. Yesterday was the NFL draft, by the way. Joe Burrow went number 1. So that's just me nerding out.
Wait a second. I just want to insert how cute my mother is. She brought me food. I haven't seen my folks, my Nina and my mom, in going on 4 weeks. And today she says, "It was great seeing you. Wanted to hug you so bad. Soon." See? We can all do our part and keep our loved ones safe.
Okay, so social distance, guys. Make sure you're wearing a mask if you're going out in public, please. Once again, I want to thank everybody who's been listening and helping us grow this podcast. Really support you guys, or I really thank you guys for supporting us. Make sure to check us out on Facebook. Make sure to check us out on Anchor app, Spotify. All our podcasts are up there for free to stream at any time you guys are down.
And Anchor is free, guys. It's a free app. You
Anchor's
can
a free
through
app
there.
too. Don't be scared to download a new app. You download the Wendy's app, McDonald's app, download fucking Candy Crush or all this
Wait, Wendy's has an app?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Check out the Wendy's app. By the way, shout out Wendy's if you want to sponsor us, hit us up.
Shout out! Baconator coming through.
But yeah, guys. Final thoughts. Like I said, everybody, thank you for supporting us. Thank you guys for continuing to help us expand this podcast, and we are out.